So guys, today I'm joined by Rich from RichMidGaming.
Hey guys, I'm Rich, RichMidGaming, the YouTube channel, and also we run a little bit of a Discord
We've got the
well,
plans.
Yeah, but excited to be here.
Yeah, so good. And today we're going to be recording the 11th battle report on the channel, as we just dropped the telephone last week. And you've got a newish affiliation to bring on for us.
Old affiliation.
New leader.
Big bad new leader.
Big
although I do have both leaders, because I don't count Sin. I do have both leaders in my roster because, and it's Malekith by the way, but I have found with Malekith, he's not, his leadership isn't actually that good coming up against tall lists.
Rosters, yeah. Well, it's about the amount of time you can trigger it, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah, exactly.
It's like if you tried to play Sam Spam really tall, you don't get a lot.
It doesn't work very well.
So yes, you've brought on you're bringing on Malekith Cabal with Red Skull in there as well.
With Red Skull potentially.
And I'm going to be running Brotherhood. We've had them on the channel before. Unfortunately, I've been really busy organising tomorrow's event, so I haven't had a chance to get what I wanted to play, which was Sam Spam Avengers. But the Brotherhood will be fine. We'll see how they do against Malekith Cabal.
I think I'd have much preferred you playing Sam Spam actually.
You've not played into the Brotherhood, have you? With this roster?
Not with this roster, no, it's one of the few ones. I've got quite a few reps in. I sort of got 20, 25 reps in with it on TTS over the past past week or so. But yeah, first time against Brotherhood, my old love. And I think
it's going to be interesting.
This is the first time we're actually playing a game for a long time.
So we first met, didn't we, at a tournament at Elysium
Games, yeah. And you didn't let my Brotherhood Magneto throw the building, which is the only reason you won.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we haven't played since then, so it's going to be interesting.
It will be interesting.
Should be a good laugh. As I said, we've got the reality event tomorrow, which is part of the Infinity series, so you can check that out with a link down in the comments below. I'll be doing some small videos across the night. However, it's going to be really loud in the gaming also. I probably won't video any full game.
I imagine going quite hot and sweaty as well.
Really warm in there.
It's going to be a delightful order, I imagine, after lunch.
So the last thing to say is, if you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe, and let's roll for priority.
Excellent.
Right then, Rich, shall we roll for priority?
Let's roll some dice. I don't know if I want this or not. That's 3 for me, and of course,
I've got 3.
Of course, you've got 3. But your crit beats my wild.
Yep, so I've got the priorities.
There we
we'll
go.
move on to some missions and see what we've got.
Excellent.
So guys, today for the Brotherhood, I've thrown together some missions. Rich, you're using your actual roster, which you're running tomorrow, aren't you?
This is my actual roster, yeah. So I get a little sneaky gaming to try it out one more time.
So we've got very similar blues, which is why I think I'm going to end up going with more red. So I'll just quickly run through what I've got. I am running Brotherhood. I've got both Mystique and Magneto in my roster, but I've got to be honest, I'm probably going to be running Magneto in So first of all, we've got Research Station, which is 16 threat, forces a brawl down the middle. It's one of the weird extracts that plays like a secure in a way. After I've got Montesi formula, so what this does is it keeps the score low. It means I don't have to worry about somebody who's going super wide, picking up say 3 or 4 spider infected and running away with the points. I've got hammers, because why wouldn't I have hammers? Everyone loves hammers. I'm sure half the videos on the channel will end up being hammers.
There's one guy that watches my videos that has told us he doesn't like hammers, but other than that, everybody loves a hammer.
Moving on to my secures, I've got Gamma Waves, much the same reason as Research Station. I want to force that scrum in the middle of the board. Not sure how well I'll do against Malekith. Might regret that, but we'll see. I've got Mutant Madmen, which is a 4-point secure, but I've got lots of really high physical defensive roster, so that pay to flip, I'm very likely to be able to get it off. And then lastly, we've got Demons Downtown. It's a little bit of a hit and miss mission for me. For a long time, I had this in my Web Warriors roster, because I feel if I can mitigate the Incinerate in some ways with Scarlet Witch counting skulls on defense, Juggernaut reducing damage, and Magneto adding extra dice, then it's going to punish the other person who can't really mitigate it as much. So that's my missions. Rich, do you want to quickly run through yours?
Yeah, absolutely. So starting off then with my blue secures, Gamma Wave sweeps across Midwest. I believe I may have made the filthiest 15 threat roster possible. And we'll maybe see what it is in a little bit, but yeah, not too high scoring. There's obviously 6 threat on the board. My roster is very attrition based, as most people who watch my channel will know. I like to run attrition lists, so Gamma Wave, similar to what Aaron wants, that brawl in the middle. Cosmic Invasion, I've got 2 characters that are on big bases. There's some shenanigans in there that can potentially give me an extra 2 power at the beginning of the game, which on a Malekith, you may think, well, you don't really need it, but if something like MODOK gets it, it means that you can turn on aim like is guaranteed round 1, which is really, really nice. And then lastly, intrusions. It goes the opposite way across the board. I did have demons in there. It did get swapped out for intrusions. Really, the reason being why both Malekith and MODOK have super high stamina pools on their front of the card, so they can afford to take that damage moving across. And yeah, those big bases mean that even if they end up in the wrong place, they can still be kind of where you want them to be. 14 threat, mutant extremity. It may seem counterintuitive when I've got a big 7 threat leader, but actually running at 14 threat, it's really, really nice. I'm not going to lie, I almost play this as if I don't have any extracts to pick up whatsoever. They get ignored completely, and if my opponent picks them up, I see that as a bonus because they're rolling 1 less defense dice, which is nice. Fear grips, same reason as Aaron. What's better than a MODOK or a Malekith? It's a MODOK or a Malekith holding a hammer. I also have Winter Soldier in my roster as well. He is an auto include for me when it's fear grips, purely because I don't know why, but getting 1 hammer on him, just his damage output just seems to like double.
It's a huge multiplier because range 5, you're almost guaranteed to be getting every attack you want.
Yeah.
So you're just adding more dice to a pool. Eventually you'll get what you want.
And the reactive ability as well, so he's getting double chances there. Alien ship, once again, it's a single objective, it's in the middle of the board, and it does force people to one area of the board, which is exactly what Malekith wants.
Nice. So the reason I've decided to go with my extracts is that I didn't really want to go as high as 20 with Alien Ship from your extracts, and I also didn't want to go as low as 14 with Senators. So this way, hopefully, there's obviously you've got Gamma Waves. I've heard your 15 threats pretty nasty, but if I'm lucky, we'll avoid that. So we'll see what happens. So if we take away these ones at the back,
yeah, absolutely,
and give these ones a shuffle, we can find out what we're going to be playing. And this is the first time I'm playing against Malekith, so I might be in for a shot. Oh, no, I don't know why I got rid of that. Sorry. Yeah, you pick, sorry.
Let's go straight down the middle.
I'll do the same then. So, for me, we've got Montesi formula.
And we've got Cosmic Invasion.
Nice. So, very middling threat value at 16 or 17. Rich, which one?
Very middling threat value. I think, let's have a little think here. I think we're going to go for 17.
Nice. Right, so we'll build some rosters, and then we'll get right
build some rosters and come back.
Right then, so first of all, we've got the Brotherhood. I've gone very tall with my roster, which actually I think Richard's as tall as you've gone as well anyway, so it should be okay.
Yes.
So working from the left to right, we've got Magneto, who is obviously the leader I've gone with rather than Mystique. Coming in at 6 threat, at one point he was one of the most expensive characters in the game, up there with Thanos, but he can absolutely do a shift and put the work in to make him well worth it. He's got loads of throws on his card. He can add extra dice to his defense rolls, and his leadership, for those that don't know, means that whenever a piece of terrain is destroyed, you get to allocate power equal to its size across your team, which is really useful for getting some other characters online really quickly. Next up after that, we've got Juggernaut. I thought, seeing as I was probably coming against Malekith, Juggernaut might be okay as a bit of a roadblock to try and slow him down a little bit. Whether or not that's going to work with Malekith 7 dice with Pierce, I'm not quite sure. Never used Juggernaut before, but I've played against him a lot, so it should be okay. Next up, we've got Vision, who I absolutely detested when I got into the game. He was the bane of my existence, both to play against, and I just didn't like his character overall. However, I watched WandaVision, and I thought, you know what, he's not that bad. And today I think he's definitely going to be able to put some work in. He's really good within Brotherhood. I've played against him loads of times. It's the first time using him myself, but again, I think I'll be okay. Lastly, we've got Toad, just to even out the roster, fill in those last 2 points, because I don't have enough 2 threat in my roster for starters, and I didn't want to mix it up and go any wider than this. So Toad is great in almost any roster. Really useful for grabbing an objective and sort of running off and skulking away whilst not taking that much away from your team, as he is only a 2 threat. So hopefully that will be a decent matchup for the Malekith Cabal. So moving on to tactics cards, first of all, we've got Asteroid M. This is really useful for some movement shenanigans. It can teleport Juggernaut up next to Magneto or vice versa, or it can even put one of them up next to Toad, so an unsuspecting Cabal member might suddenly have Juggernauts standing on their toes. Next up, we've got Follow Me. This can be really useful not only for activating back-to-back, but it can let you daze an enemy character and still hold on to priority for the next round, which is really, really useful. I'm not sure who I'm planning to play it on, but I thought it was worth putting in just because if I do get that against such another tall roster, it's going to be really, really big. Then I've got Do You Know Who I Am? And this one is to basically throw away over Malekith or any other any other big hitters that Rich has, throw them away along, get them out of there for a while. I'm sure they'll come back relatively quickly, but it'll help me a little bit. Then I've got Patch Up, so it's the only real healing card left in the game. When I've got characters with like Vision and Juggernaut who are so hard to chew through in the first place, it adds that extra worth to every point of their health, so being able to restore it's really big. Last up we've got Magneto Refraction, which is specific to Magneto. So this lets him pay some power to count everyone within a certain distance of him as having cover for the round. So I think it's within range 3 characters on my team counts as having cover. Again, hopefully this will help with the attrition and help him to stay around in the game for a little bit longer. So that's all of the Brotherhood. We'll move over to Rich's Cabal.
Cool. So as Aaron says, we have gone with a Malekith-led Cabal roster. I think this is about the right size for Malekith. You need at least to be going up against 4 characters, which at 17 threat, I kind of thought Aaron would be doing. So we've got Malekith, brand new scary thing. His leadership, the Dark Council, is almost the exact opposite of the Sam leadership. So basically every time either Malekith or another one of my allied characters dazes or KOs an enemy character, they get to make a short move, they get to remove 1 point of damage, and they get to gain 1 power. However, it does have a restriction that every character can only be affected by that once per round, so it's something you do need to keep an eye of and make sure you you don't mess that up. Malekith immune to Hex as well, which is going to be really nice. We've then got the other, I suppose, old big meme of MCP. It's everyone's first hate or first love, depending on whether you played Avengers or Cabal when you first got into the game. But the big-headed freak that is MODOK. So MODOK also on that large base. This guy just dishes out so much damage. He is going to be very, very susceptible to some of those big physical attacks and throws that Brotherhood have got. And because I really like 2 of my tactics cards that are the restricted ones, I have no negation of collision damage. So I don't run Indomitable and I don't run Brace for Impact, which may be a big turning point in this game. Rounding up the Cabal members then, we've got Bullseye, absolute solid 2 threat. That guaranteed 1 damage every single attack, especially against something like Magneto, who, as Aaron says, can boost his dice. He's got magnetic refraction in there as well for the cover, so he ignores that side of it. I think he could be absolutely pivotal, and he's just a really good back objective holder as well. And then rounding out the roster, at least from a character perspective, got the bestest boy in MCP. It is Lockjaw himself. I still think people sleep on this character. Every time I talk to somebody about how much I love Lockjaw, they always tell me he's great round 1, but then he does absolutely nothing. When you've got characters on big bases, especially when they've got a short move like MODOK, it is really, really good to be able to move them around and get them into position outside of their own activation. So yeah. On to the tactics cards then, and I only have 1 affiliated tactics card, and that is Dark Reign. Now it's slightly different artwork. Aaron was just asking me where I got it from. These are some of these the Adepticon cards in there, but Dark Reign, basically any member of Cabal can spend 3 power. You put a token on an enemy character, and everyone is going to get full rerolls for that entire round when they're attacking them. Everyone that's Cabal affiliated, by the way, so Lockjaw won't be benefiting from that one. Next up, we've got a real sort of linchpin in this roster, which is Aim Lackeys. Basically, you get to give another character in your team an extra movement action once during this round. It has to be during their activation, but it's super good. There's a prime candidate to the left of MODOK there in Malekith, but it's just a really good way of being able to get Malekith up the board and be able to get off some a charge and a second attack as well, rather than using that first move action on a move. We then got Sacrifice. We've got 2 big characters there, 7 threat and 5 threat. If I can take a hit on Bullseye or take a hit on Lockjaw, that's absolutely what I'm going to be doing. Follow Me, much for the same reasons as Aaron mentioned, being able to double activate from Malekith into MODOK or MODOK into Malekith can be absolutely devastating and really cause some problems. And then lastly, and it was a last minute change, but we have gone with Patch Up. I typically run Midnight Phantasmagoria, but on this map where we're not coming up against too many opponents, that really for 2 power for 3 power even, I probably want more than 2 or 3 characters to be able to affect with it, and I wasn't sure with the makeup of this map that I was going to get that opportunity, so I decided to swap that out for patch up instead. We've got a couple of characters here who generate a lot of power, and just being able to dump 5 and heal up one of these characters 5 health is really, really nice.
Right then, so that is both of the rosters. We'll move into deployment. Right, Rich, so we've set the objectives. We've got the 3 Montesi straight down the middle. Then we've got the Cosmic Invasion, Black Order Descends on Earth portals. There's 1 down here and 1 up here on the building. And then there's 100 to these Montesi. I did have priority, so it's going to be me to set up first. So I'm not going to be very discreet with this one. I'm just going to put Juggernaut smack bang in the middle. And let you decide what to put up next.
Well, people may think I'm going to put Malekith in the middle, but for reasons that may become apparent, I am going to go right in the middle with the big-headed freak, MODOK.
And just to double check, so on both sides that should put them both within 1.
Just put them in 1 and we'll show why that's important for the Cosmic Invasion.
Next up for me then, I'm going to put down Magneto. Again, not being very discreet. He's going to jump in there. And then it's over to you.
It feels like there's 2 objectives to the side that could just get ignored this game.
A little bit, yeah.
It just does feel like that. We're going to go with Bullseye next, and we're just going to make sure that he's just ever so slightly behind the 50% mark on MODOK's base. And again, that may become apparent. I can see you've done something similar as well, but that'll become apparent.
Really funny you've done that, because I'm going to put Toad there. So,
Well, funny you should put Toad there, because I'm just going to pop. What I'm actually going to do is Malekith is just going to pop himself.
This is the first time I've seen the
other
Malekith.
Side there.
First time I've seen Malekith in person.
It's going to be interesting when he tries to get up close to the building.
So huge. I've literally not seen him at all. Absolute massive model.
Yeah.
Really surprised you managed to build him and get him painted in time. I don't see any stripes on that tiger though.
There are no stripes on the tiger, and that tiger is literally a zenithal highlight and a dry brush of white.
So, lastly for me, we're going to go with Vision. And as I said, I've not used him before, but I'm pretty confident I'll be alright using him. I want to get the most out of his beam, even though you don't have a lot of characters. So I'm just going to offset him slightly over here, and then I can sort of decide where he goes after that.
Excellent. I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I am just going to be putting the bestest boy just right behind MODOK. So
I've got to be honest, I think that's the first time I've ever seen a character deployed that far back, but I know exactly why you're doing it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I also don't, as people will see, Lockjaw, it's not that important what he does this round.
So just to quickly explain before we move into round 1, for those wondering, what we've done here with both MODOK and Juggernaut is because they start within range 1 of the Cosmic Vault turn 1, we do actually roll for the vaults to see if it pushes them away and gives us some power.
Yeah.
So we've basically backstopped our big characters. So Mags and Toad have sort of pinned Juggernaut in for me. Rich, you're in target.
All of mine have been shown he's going nowhere.
Just so that we might be able to get some extra power in round 1.
Yes.
So that's the end of deployment. We'll get some power on and then we'll move into the game. Good luck, Rich.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
And we'll see how it goes. So, Rich, a couple of things to do before we get into it. First of all, I'm going to place out my construct for Magneto.
Yep, that gives him extra power.
Put it within range 3.
Yes, anywhere within range 3.
Drop it over here.
Nice.
Right next to this bush. And you'll hopefully see why I've done that in a minute. Then, Rich, we've both got a roll for our Cosmic Vaults, haven't we? So you've got a roll for Magneto. Do you want to go first?
I'm going to roll for MODOK.
For MODOK, sorry, yeah.
And MODOK gets it.
Nice. So MODOK's got 2 extra power. It'd be nice if Juggernaut got the same. He does.
He does.
So they both get 2 extra power.
Excellent. Starting the game with 3 power is very, very nice.
It changes my plans a little bit.
It does. Well, it opens up so many things, doesn't it?
Yeah. Magneto gets extra power for his construct, so he starts on 2. So going into round 1, Mags has got 2, Juggernaut's now got 3, Vision and Toad both have 1. For you, Rich?
Yeah, so Malekith, he starts with 1 additional power anyway, just as natural because he's conquering the 10 realms. So he's got 2, MODOK is up to 3, Bullseye and Lockjaw, or at least Lockjaw for the moment, they both just have 1 power each.
So I do have priority, Rich. So I'm going to start off by moving my big guy, which is Juggernaut, and let's see how it goes. So Juggernaut, the first thing he's going to do is make 1 move action to here. And for those that don't know, whenever Juggernaut makes a move action, he gets to proc unstoppable momentum.
He does.
So he gains 2 power, and the next attack he makes during this activation gets 3 extra dice. So it's pretty big. It can really give you a big walloping hit on somebody.
That's quite nice, yeah.
What I'm actually going to use the power for here, though, is I'm going to spend 3 power for Nothing Stops a Juggernaut. So this lets me push Juggernaut small. He destroys any terrain he comes into contact with that is size 3 or less, I believe.
Yep.
So I'm going to do it straight forward here onto this Montesi. So I'm going through both of these, which means I'll destroy the construct and the hedge. Then Magneto's leadership means it gets power equal to the size of the terrain destroyed. The combined size is 4, so everyone on my team is getting a power.
And that's limited to once per turn, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's not round, it's character. A turn is essentially character activation. So if my next activation would be to Magneto, and I were to throw this, I'd be able to proc it again.
Yeah.
So everyone gets a power. Juggernaut's I'm going to spend 1 power for the Montesi formula that he stood on top of.
Nice.
And then he's going to move back towards me, so he's going this way. So I don't want to just stand in the middle and take lots of hits.
I did think you may move him back, yeah.
So that's the end of Juggernaut's activation, and it's over to you, Rich.
Cool. Well, we're going to start off, I think, we're just going to do a quick measurement, and we're just going to see whether or not... No, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to activate Lockjaw first. Lockjaw has an ability that's called Who's a Good Boy. So when he activates, if there's another allied character, that character can be healthy, or they can actually be dazed as well, but when he activates, he gains an extra 3 power. And you'll see why in a second that becomes really important to my game plan. So Lockjaw's up to 4 power now. He's then going to spend 2 of that power for, I always forget the name of it, it's just called teleport.
Yep.
So he's going to spend 2 of that power on a teleport, and he is basically going to teleport Malekith, and Malekith is just going to move up the board here like so.
Hello.
Now, a little bit different to other characters, that does actually cost him an action,
Yeah.
so that is one of his 2 actions. And then he's going to spend the other 2 power, unsurprisingly, and he's going to move the big-headed freak up the board.
Modoc, sorry.
Quinn, sorry, yeah, Modoc, yes. Quindoc. And that will be it for Lockjaw. So, not a lot there, but what he's done is get my 2 big hitters very far up the board.
Quite funnily enough, I used Lockjaw for the first time ever the other day in an Inhumans Battle Report. Sadly for me, I had a spider infected on him and we were playing Cosmic Invasion. He just got pushed all over the place. Never got a chance to get that extra power, sadly, so it's going to be really cool to see what he actually can do. As I think, like you said before we started this video, a lot of people sleep on him.
They do, yeah, I really do think he's slept on.
Right, so it's over to me again, Rich.
Yep.
I'm going to go with the Frog. Now, I didn't check whether I am already within 2. I am,
Then
though.
you should be, yeah.
So I'm going to spend 1 power to grab the Montesi book.
Yep.
And then the Frog is going on a journey. So he's actually going to start sneaking his way around near the Venom Bugle. So he's going to move once this way. Like so. To there. And then he's going to move once again, and he can clear the piece of terrain.
Nice.
So he's just going to jump onto this side of the building.
Excellent.
So very cagey from the Frog.
Very, very cagey from the Frog, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's have a little think then. So you've got a couple of decisions to make here, and I think what we're going to do is we are going to start with Modoc.
Yep.
Modoc is just going to do his 6 dice builder, so Psionic Blast. It's a range 4,
Yep.
strength 6, but it does have a sap power on there as well,
Yep.
but it's also power equal to damage dealt.
I completely forgot to play Magnetic Refraction before the end of the turn, so hopefully I don't get too punished for it. So I get 5 Mystic Defense.
Oh,
I'm blocking 2 at the minute. I've got a crit. Rich, you've got 5 with a crit.
I've got 5 with a crit
Nice.
as well, yeah.
Your crit, and then my crit. So I'm blocking 2 and you've got 5.
5, yep. So we are going to spend a little bit of power here on Modoc as well, because he does have P-Brain. Modoc's Genius is infinite. This is one of the changes that happened to his card. That means you can now only use it once per turn, but you can spend X power to any amount and basically reroll that number of dice. So I'm going to spend the 2 power and hopefully get at least 1 more,
Nice.
but maybe a little wild would be nice as well. Okay, so I do get the one more. I don't get the wild, so that's 6 in total.
So I would be taking 4 damage. However, I'm going to spend 1 power to reduce it.
Makes perfect sense.
So I'm taking 3 damage instead on Juggernaut.
Yeah, and I'm going to gain 3 power on Murdoch.
So it would have definitely been really nice to have that magnetic refraction, and I'll make sure to put it up before you get to activate Malekith.
Cool. Well, Murdoch is going to do exactly the same again. So he's going to take his 6 dice again and hopefully have another successful roll into Juggernaut. And that's not too shabby. So at the moment...
So I've got 3 this time, which is a little bit better for me.
So 4 at the moment, but I do have that wild that I get to throw in there as well. Not the wild, the crit, sorry, which is a failure. So 4 in total.
I have got a crit to add as well. So that was a success, sorry. That was my crit. So I've blocked 3 in total. You've got 4. I'm going to spend 1 again, so don't take any damage from that attack.
Excellent. I am going to sap the power though. Yeah, I'm going to get to sap the power. And actually not doing a single damage there is really, really important because it would have turned on my 6 power for follow me.
Yeah, nice.
So because I didn't manage that, let's have a quick look. He can't be moved by abilities anyway.
Yeah, so Juggernaut, for those that don't know, has got his helmet. So this character cannot be pushed or advanced by the special effects of enemy mystic attacks or enemy superpowers.
Yeah.
However, on his injured side, he does lose it.
He does lose it, yes. So what we're going to do with Murdoch, he is going to spend 3 power, and he's going to turn on Aim Lackeys.
Nice.
So Aim Lackeys, I'll just read the card out. So Murdoch may spend 3 power to play this card. Choose another character. That character may perform a move action as an additional action during this round, and that is going to be getting stapled onto Malekith.
Nice.
So we don't get to do it straight away, but it's hopefully something that or it will be something we get to do later on. And then with his last 2 power, I'm going to trigger this more just so people can see it at home. But I'm going to, hopefully, if he's in range yet, I'm going to pick up this size 2 piece of terrain and yeet it towards Juggernaut. So it's 3 damage incoming for Juggernaut.
Juggernaut gets 4 dice to try and block this card. He blocks none of it.
Oh!
I'm going to spend 1 to reduce the damage by 1 though, so he's taking 2.
He's taking 2. And, because that's a piece of terrain that I destroyed, and it's now my turn, your leadership has reset, so I'm going to dish out 2 power.
A power on the big man Mags himself, I think. And I'm going to put 1 on Juggernaut. I've just realised, Rich, sorry, for those watching, I didn't say which form Vision is in.
Oh, of course, yes.
Because, as I said, I've not used him before, but I just realised I haven't done it. So just going to take a quick look. I'm going to put him in the phased form.
Okay.
So hopefully he won't be phased by much. And that is the end of Murdoch activation.
Yeah, that's Murdoch done, so over to you, good sir.
I'm just looking if I've got anything. I'll use this Mysterio token for the phased form, because it's all
there we go.
Ghostly and strange. So,
and phased is the extra energy dice?
Extra energy dice, and he doesn't suffer any damage from collisions.
Yeah.
So for me, I am going to go with Vision, I believe. And I don't think, sadly, I'm going to be able to do any attacks this turn because of what I want to do. So I'm going to first see if Magneto is within 2 of the Juggernaut, and he isn't, sadly, which is something I could have really done with. Instead, though, I'm just going to go with a Synthesis on Vision. So it is an action, but I gain 2 power, like so. And then the only other thing I'm going to do is move up with Vision. So what I'm doing here is going to move to be in base contact with Juggernaut.
Yep.
So that if Malekith moves up, charges into Juggernaut, you'll only be able to throw him into Vision, and Vision won't take any damage because he doesn't take any from collisions. It's right.
Makes sense.
Last thing I'm going to do before my turn ends, well, one of the last things, I'm going to spend 4 power for Patch Up to heal Juggernaut. Yep. He's only taking 1 damage now. So that's that one gone. And then the other thing I'm going to do is spend 2 power on Magneto.
2 power for Magnetic Refraction.
For Magnetic Refraction. So I'm going to put that here so we can see.
Excellent.
So what this does, it gives characters within 3 of Magneto this turn cover, which is going to be really useful, hopefully, to deal with Malekith. So we'll see what happens. I should have done it before Murdoch's activation, however, I completely missed it. But I've made sure to get it on the board. So it's the end of Vision's activation, Rich, and it's over to you.
Yeah, well, I've got a couple of decisions to make here with Malekith and where I go to. So I'm just going to measure out a couple of things really quickly just to see where he can sort of get to. And yeah, because I think I'm right in saying that actually I can't throw Juggernaut off the back end of my attack because it's actually not attached to his attack. it's attached to the superpower ferocity. So I think Juggernaut's ability does negate that.
He can, because throws aren't cancelled by helmet.
Oh, okay.
So he can throw Juggernaut.
Excellent, okay.
Which is why I made sure to put Vision there so he wouldn't be getting thrown into Magneto.
Well, I think then what we are going to do is... got 2 power on Magneto at the moment. So I think what we're going to do is just measure something out real quick. So we're going to take our free move.
Yep, thanks to Malekith.
First of all, thanks to him. Make sure I wasn't using the wrong one there.
You're doing a John using the wrong one.
Using the wrong one. And the problem with Malekith, Aaron, is that you need to very much rotate him depending on where he is on the board.
So those big wings, it's like having a fell beast.
It really is, yeah, it really is.
I mean, I've got a fell beast here, we'll quickly grab that. Just so the wingspan isn't that far off.
It's not, is it?
Between Malekith and the Witch King's fell beast.
Feels like it'd be a good little matchup there as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure what would happen.
So that's Aimlock has now been fully spent.
Yep.
Malekith is then going to spend 2 power, and he is going to make that charge. And where he's going to charge is... he's just going to pop himself. If you wouldn't mind just moving your activator token from...
if I grab that one just in case.
Vision there, yep, perfect. Actually, is he going to go there? No, I think what we're going to do actually is he's going to charge. So he's just here in base to base with Juggernaut.
Yep.
And he's going to actually make his 7 dice builder.
The energy one, yeah?
Energy. Into Vision. Even though Vision does have that extra dice, I'm hoping the white, and I'm hoping the throw at the other end of it is good enough in the pierce.
This is definitely worth putting in energy for. So let's see how it goes. Oh, I'm blocking 2 at the minute.
So right now I'm doing 3, and unfortunately for me, I would have had the ability Cloak of Shadows that lets me, if anyone's played with Domino, very, very similar, where I can use failures and convert them into crits. But unfortunately, as I only had 2 power at the beginning, I'm just getting these 3 successes at the moment. But I do have a wild to throw in there as well.
A crit to throw.
A crit to throw in there as well. No, I was wishing for the wild there. So that's 3 damage coming in.
I've got a crit to add in, and even though it wasn't a success, I do have cover thanks to Magnetic Refraction.
You do?
So I've blocked all 3, and Vision takes no damage.
Vision takes no damage whatsoever, and it also means I don't get to do the throw off the back end of it, which is, very, very sad for Malekith. What we're now going to do is we are going to use Malekith's beam ability.
Nice.
So it's a beam 4. It's 5 dice. It's called Blood Boil. Beam 4, 5 strength. It's a guaranteed power at the end of each attack. And it does give out poison on a wild. So I think we're going to start and go into... let's go into Juggernaut.
Nice. So
let's see what we can do.
Juggernaut does get 5 Mystic Defense, luckily. So let's see how it goes.
Okay, so that's 3 at the moment.
I've got just the 1 this time.
Just the 1, cool. So I'm going to roll my crit in.
Yep. And again, you've been really unlucky that you don't have the power to make that.
Don't have the power, yes. So it is just 3 in total.
I've got a crit to add. I do get cover, thanks to Magnetic Refraction.
Yep.
And then I'm going to spend 1 power to reduce that last damage that I would be taking down to 0.
Down to 0.
So Juggernaut takes nothing, he's okay.
There's nothing. Is he immune to poison?
He definitely is not.
Cool, so he is going to be poisoned.
Nice, so I'm just going to make some noise, tipping out some tokens, and find out some poison. So Jugs is poisoned.
Yep. Then let's go into Vision next.
Nice, so I get 4 Mystic Dice this time around.
Yep. Oh, just the 1.
I've got 2 already, so I'm okay.
Cool. So he's just going to gain a power from that attack. And then lastly into Magneto.
So I do get
his native
6
dice. Yeah. Just 3 this time.
So I managed to miss a trade one of them. It's a skull, so I've blocked nothing at all.
Oh, okay.
I do have cover.
You do have cover, yeah. So you're blocking 1 from that. So you're going to take 2, and you're also going to be poisoned as well.
So that's not great for Mr. Magneto, but it is what it is. We'll see how we get on. So I take 2 damage.
Excellent. And that will be the end of Malekith's turn. And that Magnetic Refraction really doing some work there, Aaron.
Moving forward for the rest of the game, I think as long as I'm able to get that off, it's going to be really helpful.
I think, yeah, you definitely need it.
So I'm going to spice things up a little bit. I'm actually going to go for the head of the snake here. I'm going to try and very ambitiously take out Malekith. So, Magneto's going to activate, and I'm going to spend 2 power for Asteroid M.
Nice.
I'm going to spend 2 power on Juggernaut. So, Magneto gets sent over. I'm just checking how much power I should have.
You have 4, so
yeah,
you should have 2. Yeah.
So, Magneto gets placed within range 1 of Juggernaut. I couldn't have done it the other way around because Jugs is holding an objective, and I don't believe you can when you're holding one. So, I'm going to put Magneto over here. Not afraid of this big tiger cat thing. But I might lift a rear. I am poisoned, sadly.
I'll move him ever so slightly there, just so it doesn't cover it up on
that big massive wingspan of his, isn't it? So the first thing I'm going to do is start off with a reverse polarity into Malekith's face.
Excellent.
So it is 6 dice physical. I can reroll everything in the roll. Not
you
against
not
Malekith.
Roll rerolls.
Yeah.
Rerolls. No rerolls into Malekith when you're attacking.
Just 6 dice straight, I suppose. Let's see what happens.
Just 2 from me so far.
Oh, just 2 from me as well. So I've got a crit to add.
I'll do the same with mine.
I've got nothing.
Yeah, so just the 2 from me, so watch both.
Okay. Then I'm going to do it again. Just 3
Just
this time.
3 this time, okay. Oh!
No.
So, the timing on this, okay, is before the critical roll step. So, you've got how many there, Aaron?
3.
3. Right now I'm blocking 2, but I can spend 2 power to convert those into crits. So that is what I'm going to be doing. I've learned that you can try and be clever with it, but actually if you've got the power, just spend it.
No matter what I get with my crit, because you've got 4 successes now, I'm not going to be able to do any damage.
Yeah.
It didn't go how I was hoping it would. I was hoping for some big dice spikes.
It's not often he rolls 2 dice to attack with 4 rerolls and gets nothing.
We didn't get the rerolls there, sadly.
That's the thing.
That's what I get for trying to go for the throw. The last thing I might do is just throw something in his face.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of it. So I'm going to spend 2 power to throw the car at you, basically. Point blank.
So again, Malekith can use that power for throws as well, for dodge rolls. So we're going to be counting one of those skulls as a crit. So just 1, so he's going to take 2 damage.
I get to dish out 2 power, so I'm going to put 1 on Mags, 1 on Jugs.
Excellent.
And that is the end of a rather underwhelming Magneto. So it's just over to you with Bullseye.
Yes, I think Bullseye is going to have not a particularly... he's not going to really be doing much. He's going to move up so that he's within 1 of this.
Nice.
Actually, no. He's going to go to the back side.
Just so that, I'm guessing, it's so that Lockjaw will be able to get his extra
Lockjaw's going to get that extra power when he activates next time round, yeah. So he'll pick that up, spend his power, and that will be him done. Does he move? Do you know what? We are going to forego. We're going to forego the power.
on Lockjaw.
And we are going to use that second action just to move ourselves up to there. Just so we can get within range 4 and actually start doing some damage.
Well, what's quite interesting
as well
is next turn, Bullseye could potentially shoot somebody, use a hit and run, so he ends up back with him.
He ends up back with him too. Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if that happens. At the end of that turn, Rich, the end of the round, sorry, the Brotherhood is scoring 3 victory points because we've got 2 Montesi formulas and I've got enough characters here to kind of my own. Rich, on the other hand, you have just your back portal and just 1 Montesi.
Yep, so just scoring the 2. So yeah, this back portal here and then the Montesi onto there.
A 3-2 lead to the Brotherhood early on, and we'll see whether we manage to hold on to that as we go into round 2, as it might be a bit of a change now. I've got these big hitters right in my face.
Excellent.
Well guys, going into round 2, and as always, we tend to do the things like cosmic invasions now at the start of a round, regardless if they should happen at the end of the last round.
Yeah.
So, Rich, I do have priority, so I have to start rolling first.
Yes.
I'm going to roll for Juggernaut first. So, for those that don't know, you roll a dice for a cosmic invasion portal. On a crit or a wild, you get pushed away from the portal small, and they gain 2 power. So, Juggernaut, do you get any extra? He does. Gets 2 power.
2 in a row. Very nice.
So he's up to 5 power now, which is pretty decent.
I'm just going to come around your edge of the board, Aaron, and just have a quick look at the angle, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Because it is the opposing player who gets to push them. And...
it is Jugs, not Vision.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it from
from
the portal. And I think, would you...
I think you'll clip Malekith if you go that way.
I think we'll just get him to there. So it gets him out of range 1 at least, so that he doesn't get that extra power next time round.
Yep. I've got vision to roll for as well.
Yep.
So we're going to check for vision. No, vision gets skull, so he doesn't get anything.
And for me, it's just Bullseye. I actually wouldn't mind Bullseye being pushed forward a little bit, actually. He doesn't, so yeah, we just leave it at that.
Nice. So, over to me.
Yes.
So I do have priority. Last thing I want to do is put out the construct for Magneto. Then I also need to take, so I've done my power phase already, I need to take one off for poison on a couple of characters.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm going to put this construct right behind Magneto, like so, just so you can't throw him away.
Stop. Yeah.
And then Magneto gets a power for his extra construct, but then both him and Juggernaut lose one each because of poison.
Yeah.
So
that's a really important thing to note, actually, Aaron. And this is, people often get confused with poison because there are some affiliations where it is really important. You actually do gain the power in the power phase, and then there is a window of opportunity. If you've got cards that you can play in the power phase, All According to Plan's a great one, or the portals and that sort of thing. There is a window of opportunity to play them. So yeah. Right
then, so I'm going to start off straight off the bat by paying 2 power for Magnetic Refraction.
You guys can't see the sign I'm holding up here for Aaron every time.
Yeah, so Magnetic Refraction is what I'm going to start off this time. I don't want to risk not having it this round. It does sort of shoehorn me a little bit into going with Magneto though, as he doesn't have the power to buff his defences at the minute.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to have a look at that. Vision is going to stay in his energy form.
Okay.
Just to avoid that 7 dice of Pierce, although there are 10 dice knocking around now, aren't there, with the power that you've got?
Yes, yeah, there's quite a bit.
Oh, let's go with... I did say I was going to go with Magneto, but looking at it, I might actually go with the Juggernaut. I'm just going to have a quick read of his cards and then we'll get back to it. Right then, so I am going to go with Magneto, as I want to hopefully get some power on him and not end up just getting beat up with very little to do about it. So Magneto's going to make 1 move action. He really hates having to make move actions, much the same as Malekith, just because of how expensive it is.
Absolutely, yeah.
So we've left behind that construct that I did say I was using as a backstop, which should be okay. So I've just squeezed in between the tail and the wings there.
Yep.
Magneto is going to do a strike into MODOK. So it's a reverse polarity rather.
Yeah. So you are going to get full rerolls against MODOK. You're not going to be able to count wilds, because that's the thing that MODOK has. But I've got a decision to make here as to whether or not I take it, or if I sacrifice onto Bullseye, which would negate the rerolls, and I think would also mean you don't get to push him at the end because you're not within range 3.
Yep.
But I think MODOK has got 10 power. You don't have 10 health. Sorry, you don't have a huge amount around you in terms of terrain.
Yep.
So I think MODOK, even though he's only on his measly 2 dice, he's going to take the hit on this one.
Oh, let's see how that goes. We'll get 6 dice physical. Not a great roll, just 2 successes with 2 skulls.
1 success for MODOK, so I do get the crit.
Yeah.
So yeah, just the 1.
I get 2 rerolls. Nothing.
Oh,
so
wow.
2 successes in total, so you're just taking 1 damage.
1 damage.
Not what I was after, because it doesn't even give me that power that I was after to throw up my defences.
Yeah.
So again, a really extremely underwhelming Magneto activation there. So Magneto's going to gain his activated token. It's just whether I use You Know Who I Am to throw away Malekith, but I don't think I'll be gaining a huge amount by doing that, so I'm actually not going to.
Okay.
So Rich, do your worst.
Yeah.
I tried to do mine and it didn't go to plan.
Well, I've got a decision to make here, purely because I get that throw off the back end if I use the 2 power. But then it's 2 power less for me to be able to use a follow me, which I would quite like to do this round. But I think what we're going to do is we are going to spend the 2 power.
So you're going with Malekith?
Yeah, we're activating Malekith. We're going to spend the 2 power. He's going to use his ferocity, which is albeit a charge, but he can only make his Blade of Midnight attack at the back end of it. He's going to move so that he is just here like so.
Hello, Malekith.
Yep, and then make sure that that's all lined up as well, which it is quite nicely, and then do his 7 dice energy builder into your flat 3, which feels
not very good.
Quite nice.
Right, so hopefully I'll not just die, but by the looks of it, I might. So 3 dice. I'm lucky 1. I've got a crit to add.
So right now I've got 3 hits, a crit, and then 2 failures.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend 2 power.
Yeah.
And convert those failures into crits. which means I get to add 3 extra dice into the...
I've got 1 crit to add. So it is a success. I do get cover, so I'm blocking 3 in total.
So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So that's more than enough to daze Magneto, sadly. So I take 4 damage to the face. Do you still get the throw?
No, because you're already dazed and
Yeah.
the throw happens after the attack is done. So unfortunately I don't get the throw there, which is quite annoying. What I do, however, get to now do is trigger the Dark Council.
Yes.
So it has to be another character. So the character who did the dazing, they can't be the one that moves. But it's a short move, it's a removal of 1 damage, and it's an extra power. So I'm in 2 minds really, because I could get MODOK up, which feels like it wouldn't be a bad thing, or I could get Lockjaw into the action. But I think what we're going to do is just move MODOK up. Do we want to do that? I do want to bring Lockjaw in. Let's just quickly measure this. Yeah, I think what we're actually going to do is we are going to give it to MODOK.
Nice.
But MODOK is going to move. I want to just double check that I don't mess myself up here. Yeah. So MODOK is going to move just up to here like so.
Hello there.
And then Malekith now has a decision to make. He's on 4 power. So I get to take a power from... take a damage and add a power onto MODOK. And I am just going to put a little 3 power on the bottom of his card there, just to remind me that I've used that ability.
Yeah.
So we're now actually going to use the Blood Boil.
The beam attack?
The beam attack. And the reason why is I want to guarantee myself that 2 power.
For follow me.
For the follow me action. So yeah, let's go into, it doesn't really matter, let's go into Juggernaut first.
Nice. So I get 4 with Mystic Defense. And I'm blocking 2 at the minute.
Cool. I do have that skull that I could do if I wanted, but I'm not going to have enough power, so I'll just roll in the 1 crit, so that's going to be 4 in total.
So I do have cover, which makes that a lot. And then I'm going to spend 1 power to reduce damage to 0.
Yeah. And just to clarify for everyone, that's because even though Magneto's dazed,
yes, you
that
still
magnetic refraction still stays up, which is...
Oh, not nearly for an activated
really?
token. That would have been...
Oh, I wish he could do that.
Oh, so, into vision?
Into vision next, yeah. And just the 1 this time.
So I'm more than enough to block it. I've got a crit to add. I've got cover, so I'm blocking 4, so I'm all right
absolutely fine there. Cool. So, as I televised, we're going to be spending that 6 power, and we are going to be playing Follow Me, which basically allows me to activate a second character in the same turn. So that's Malekith, all done for now. So over to the turn of MODOK.
Wait, you're not going with Bullseye?
No, I'm gonna go with MODOK.
Nice.
Because MODOK's nicely got himself 3 power there, which is just what he needs for his Doomsday chair. So we're going to spend the 3 power, and we're going to do a 7 dice physical attack.
Yeah.
And we're going to start with Vision, because this is physical and Vision is still in his energy form. And it's 7 dice, but it has the Whirling Blade, which basically means I get to do the exact same attack again for free.
So I get 2 doors?
Yep. Just the 3 for me.
Blocking 2 straight off the bat with a crit.
There we go.
So I'll add more crit. I'm blocking 3 on
Blocking
vision.
3, so yeah, absolutely nothing there. Don't even get the wild trigger. So I'll just move on and then do the follow-up attack.
I do take 1 damage, because you did have 4 successes.
You've got cover from Magneto.
Yeah, I can't add it.
Oh, of
because
course,
I've not got anyone
there
to
we
counter.
go.
So I take 1 damage. However, that kind of works out for me, because it means if you do another attack, I'll be able to change form.
You can change form, yeah, absolutely. So we're going to go into Juggernaut now.
Yep. Nice.
And that's a little bit of a spicier roll there.
So I get 4. Very spicy roll for me.
Oh, very nice as well.
So I've got 2 crits in a wall. Rich, you've got 2 crits, a wall, and a hit.
And a hit, yes.
1 up in me there.
So we'll add them in. Oh, 2 more crits.
So I've got 2 more to add. So I get another 1, so I'm up to 4.
4, so I've got 6 in total.
Yep. Do you want to spend anything for any reroll?
I don't have any power left. So
Okay, sorry, I was looking at the 3.
Yeah, sorry, that's quite confusing.
That's cool. Do you want to use this? Here you go. Use this token, because I've got 3 of those. They're the Gambit tokens.
There we go, right.
So what I'm going to do is get my extra block with cover.
Yep.
And then I'm going to spend 1 to take no damage.
Yeah, so you are going to get bleed though.
Yes.
Which is quite nice. It does something. So let's just have a quick look then. Vision has got
He's taken
4
1
health
damage.
left. 5
So he's
health
got
left.
4 left. Juggernaut's taken 1 damage, so he's got 7 left.
Okay, so we are then just going to do the Psionic Blast attack into. It's got to be into Vision, I think. There.
Nice. So you haven't used your rerolls yet, have you?
I haven't used any rerolls yet, but I still don't have any power to do it.
Okay, yeah,
that
sorry.
doesn't generate any power. However, that's not a bad roll.
So mine's okay. I've got a crit and a block.
Okay, so I have got 5 successes there in total.
Yeah. So I'm going to add my crit. So that's 3, and then I get a block from Magnetic Refraction.
Yep.
So that's 4.
So 1 damage goes through. However, I do sap your 2 power.
It's not very nice, Rich.
So I am going to gain 3 power.
So you'll sap 2, and then I'll gain 1 for damage.
Yeah. And then I've got a little decision to make as to whether I want to do any other shenanigans. It's got to be 3. Okay, so he is in with there.
Yep.
Question is, I think you're blocking. I actually think, yeah, I can't get through to Vision, which is really who I want. So I think what we're going to do is, we are just going to leave Murdoch there. We're going to let him have that power,
Nice.
just in case you do an attack into him, and it gives him some options there to be able to get some rerolls, should he need it, which I think he probably is going to need it.
Right then, Rich. Vision is going to go for me, and I'm just going to do a energy beam that hits both Juggernaut and Marduk. So it's
Okay.
not that great for me to be hitting my own, but we'll see how it goes. So I get 5 dice energy. It's a range 4 beam actually, so I could potentially move here and get. No, I'm just going to do it into Marduk. So into Marduk, 5 dice energy, and tapping some power on wilds. But I don't get that because it's Marduk.
Yeah.
So 2 successes because the wall goes.
Yeah, I'm blocking 1
Yeah.
at the moment, so I'm happy just taking that 1 damage.
Nice. So Vision gets 1 power guaranteed. And then I'm sort of just tempted to do it so it hits Malekith. So Juggernaut will be hit by the beam attack, however I'm pretty sure he can spend 1 to reduce this damage.
Yeah, because it's
So
whenever he takes damage,
he's
can
going to
do
spend
it, so
1
it's not
to
any
ignore
attacks. Yeah.
So I'm now going to do a beam into Malekith, and I'm very sorry about this Juggernaut. I'm pretty sure it's still going to hit you.
No, you can definitely just on the edge of Malekith there.
So we're doing it into Malekith, 5 dice energy, and we'll see how that goes. 2.
Just the 1. I don't have the power to be able to convert it, so yeah, I'll take a damage.
I do have a wall, but you've got no power for me to sap, so we just get 1 power for doing the attack. So very, not the most interesting turn for a Vision again, but I'm trying to set up something for next turn. I've now got priority with Follow Me, which is going to be something big to do.
It's going to be really big.
So that is Vision done.
So right now you've got 2 left. I have 2 left. Actually, I'm going to have priority.
Yeah, that's what I meant, sorry.
Yeah. That does change things ever so slightly.
So Rich, we're looking at who you're going to go with. I think you're actually going to go with Bullseye, aren't you?
Bullseye's going to go, yeah, and he's going to be an absolute baller. You don't often see a Bullseye doing this, but he's going to make a full move up to here. And then, okay, so he can't quite get Vision there, but he's going to do 6 energy dice. In fact, he's just going to move himself back ever so slightly. Actually, no, I shouldn't do that because...
No, it's cool if you want to.
No, I measured it afterwards, didn't I? So that's fine. So we're going to use that beam that he's got, and we're going to do 6 dice into Juggernaut.
Right, so I'll get 3 dice.
4.
So I've got a crit to add in. So 1 at the minute. Now I could choose to use cover, but I'm going to choose not to.
Okay.
So I'm taking 3 damage. Because I'm not going to reduce it either.
Okay.
So
it's almost like you want some power on
Juggernaut.
On Juggernaut. And that will be it for Bullseye.
So what I'm going to do, Rich, is my plan is to steal priority back. So Juggernaut's going to go. He's going to move with his first action. Where will he go? So I need to see where Free from Toad is, basically. So what I'm trying to set up is stealing priority back from you.
Using that follow
me myself.
Yeah, priority, especially when you've got big hitters, priority is so important in the game.
All comes down to whether I'll do any damage to Bullseye, which is quite risky. I'll be moving to gain 2 power, which gives me enough to follow me. And it's whether I want to move and hit Bullseye to try and knock him out and take that Montesi, or whether I want to take the safe option of a guaranteed follow me to Malekith, a guaranteed follow me to Toad and only hitting Malekith. So I'm just going to have a quick look at that and then we'll get back to you.
Cool.
Right then, so I'm going to go with Juggernaut, and Juggernaut is just going to move small this way. I've decided in the end not to risk not having the power I'd need. So I'm going to move small to here, literally right out this way, which definitely puts me within range for his own. So guys, Rich, we had a bit of a panic there, didn't we?
That should be on it, yeah.
We had a bit of a panic there, so the phone died, and I honestly almost screamed. It's the first time anything like that's happened whilst recording, so the phone died. Luckily, I went out for a fag, and I thought, you know what, we'll just deal with it when I get back in. We came back in and we checked, and we were literally, I was here leaning over like this, going, yeah, I'm definitely within 3.
Yeah. And
that's when he cut out. So luckily, we've hardly missed anything.
Yeah, which is good.
What did happen is Toad moved up and did a couple of damage to Malekith, but we're just going to redo that and re-roll it on the screen. So, I'm going to spend 6 power on Juggernaut for follow me into Toad.
Yeah.
And then before I take the damage up from bleed, I'm going to spend 1 power to ignore it.
Perfect.
And we are already exactly back where we were.
Exactly where we were.
Really looking at that one. I really panicked. So, Toad is going to go, and I'm going to do exactly what I did just. I think he was a little bit...
You could, you were within 1
so,
there. Yeah.
Basically what I did is I moved within 1, which is what I'm doing now, and I did 6 dice stacking to Malekith, which is what I'm going to do now. So, Malekith, Toad is here to educate you. At this point, Malekith's taken 6 damage, hasn't he?
He has taken 6 damage,
So, Toad, do it again. 3 this time.
3 this time, okay. Malekith's blocking 2.
Nice.
Okay.
So you're taking 1 damage?
It's whether I spend the power.
Does it happen before crits get added? It does, doesn't it?
It does happen before crits get added, yes. So I'm going to take 1 damage,
yeah,
basically.
So you're taking 7 damage now total.
Yeah.
Toad doesn't get any power because it was the book attack.
It was indeed.
And that is the end of Toad's activation. As I said, we're really lucky with where that cut
Yeah, so all Lockjaw's going to do exactly the same as what he did before. Yep. He's just going to move up to here like so, and that will be the end of the round.
So Rich, at the end of that round, I've got 2 books and 2 portals, so I get 4 points, which is up to 7. Rich, you've got 1 book and the portal with the dog, so you get 2. So at the end of that is 7-4 to the Brotherhood. After I nearly had a heart attack, honestly, Rich. There's never been any swearing on this channel, but when that camera cut off, there was a lot. So we'll move into round 3 and see what happens.
Excellent.
So, Rich, we're going into round 3. I just can't get over how lucky we were with that. So, going into round 3, the last thing we need to do before we get into the round is the cosmic portals.
Yes.
So I luckily do still have priorities. I stole it back before I
did.
So we're going to roll for Vision first and see what happens. Vision gets pushed and he gets 2 power.
Okay. We are going to push Vision away, and we actually want Vision.
So I think the furthest you could get him would be like this.
Yeah, I actually don't think we want him there. We're going to just push him just into there like so. We don't want him too far away from us.
Then I'm just going to turn him to face. Then we need to roll for the Frog. So Frog, you deserve that power. Well. You did a damage to Malekith, so he gets 2 power.
We're going to push the Frog. So he is just going to pop into Juggernaut there, like so. So
what I can see happening is Malekith moving here and doing some things.
I get to roll for the dog.
Yep.
Who does not get it.
So I've been really lucky so far. I've got lots of power out.
You have, yes. You need a construct.
Yes, so next thing I'm going to do is in the power phase I'll lose the power on Juggernaut because of poison. So that was the power I gained for the turn, but I lose it. And then I get to place another construct and we're going to put it here for now, even though I'm pretty sure it won't be there for very long.
I can't imagine it will be. No.
Right then, so time for me to activate. Very lucky that I managed to do that already.
Yeah, it was a very nice player. Very nice player.
Juggernaut is within 2 of Malekith because he was at the end of the last round. I don't know if he got bumped when we were resetting things up, but he is within 2.
He should be within 2, yeah.
So I'm going to start off by going with Magneto because I don't want him to die. And Malekith has 3 left, doesn't he?
He's got 3 damage left, yeah.
So I'm going to start off by spending 2 to throw this construct into Malekith with Magneto.
Okay. Okay, blocking 2, so taking 1.
Yes, so Magneto gets to use the leadership, so I'll give a power to Juggernaut and to Magneto. Then I am going to... So what I'm trying to do here is take Malekith down without doing any attacks into him. Can I grab the Venom? Bugle. I cannot because grab range of 3. I grab this. I cannot. So I'm going to throw this construct into you, Rich.
Cool.
Which costs me 3 power this time.
Yeah, it goes up by 1 every time, doesn't it?
Yep.
Oh. Was that a blank?
Yeah, it's a blank.
So I am just going to pay the power.
Yep.
To turn that into a crit.
Nice.
Don't need to explode it because it's already damaged. And you get to dish out power again.
Yes, so this one I'm going to give to the only other 2 I can, which is Vision and Toad. So, some interesting things. Malekith's got 2 left.
Yes.
So what I need to do, what I want to do, Rich, is leave you on 1 and then throw you with Do You Know Who I Am into Lockjaw. That would be my perfect play. So I'm going to do a 6 dice strike into Malekith first.
Okay. Well, what's going to happen here is Bullseye's going to spend 1.
Yep.
And Malekith is going to spend 1.
I thought you might, so I'm not too worried about that.
So we're going to use that sacrifice just to try and save him a little bit.
So 6 dice physical into Bullseye and I get full reroll.
Full rerolls, yeah.
So let's see how that goes. 3 at the meat with a crit to add.
Well, that is nothing for Bullseye.
So crit. And then I get to reroll everything, so I'll reroll
the 4 will do it.
Nice. So
yeah, the 4 will take him down.
Magneto gets 4 power.
I'm going to drop a book as well.
Which I'm going to pick up on Magnet Man. And now it's my second attempt to do a damage to Malekith. Is he 4 and 4 for both physical and energy?
He's 4s across the board, yes.
So I could open the book, put faith in the book that will do it. And I'm kind of tempted to say, you know what, yeah, I'll open the book. So even though I could do my 6 dice strike, I might do the book, but if I do damage with his strike, I get a power. So I'm actually going to do strike.
Yep.
So 6 dice physical into Malekith.
Big roll.
4 with a crit. So that is kind of what I was looking for.
2 with a crit.
So do you want to spend the power in case you roll skull?
Just going to check my... So 2,
You've got
4,
2 left.
6, 8. How many have you done so
I've
far?
got 4. So at the minute you are dead.
At the minute I'm dead, so there's no reason to not spend a power.
Yep.
Because it gives me an extra die face there to do it. If this is a success,
It doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
It is.
And there we go.
So Malekith is dazed.
Yeah, which is huge for you.
So I'll gain 2 power.
Yeah, so that was 2 damage going through there. Malekith is dazed, which
I did have the contingency.
I did get a dazed token.
Nice.
Just
I did have sort of the contingency plan of throwing Malekith into Lockjaw for that last 1
just
damage.
in case you needed it.
However, I managed to get it through. So the only other thing for me to do this round, this activation rather, is to spend 2 power for Magnetic Refraction.
Make sure that goes.
For those that don't know why I'm playing this every round, when you play as a Brotherhood affiliation, you get to recycle this card essentially, so you get it every turn. So it's absolutely huge.
Yeah, I think it's actually pretty useless outside of Brotherhood, but that recycling ability is so good.
So the only other thing I could possibly do is spend 300 naught to throw something. So I could potentially throw the Bugle over into MODOK. However, it wouldn't finish him off, it would just give him more power for his activation, so I'm not going to bother.
Cool.
And that is the end of Magneto's activation. He's finally managed to do what I've needed him to.
He has. So I do have priority now. So no matter what happens, unless I decide to go ham on one of your other characters.
Or all of them. Maybe.
Or all of them, maybe, yeah. So we're just going to check some things there. So yeah, that is within there. So
yeah, he should be. I think he might. As we said, we did have to reset something.
We reset it ever so slightly, didn't we? Yeah. So what we're going to do with MODOK, first and foremost, is spend 3 power.
Yep.
And we are going to do a 7 dice Doomsday Chair. 2, 4, 6, 7 into Juggernaut. And what we're actually hoping for here is that we don't pop off too much.
Nice.
Because we really don't want to give you priority back.
So 4 dice.
Do you know what? We're going to scratch that. We're going to go into Magneto first.
So I'm going to spend 2 to do expenses.
We are going to go into
6 dice physical for me with cover.
Yeah. And only 3.
1, 2. I've got a crit to add, but I do have cover. So 3. Would you like to reroll?
We're not going to reroll, so we're just going to leave that bleed.
I've got cover anyway.
Yeah, we're just going to leave that bleed on him from the wild.
I'll grab the bleed. There we go.
And then we're going to do the exact same attack into Juggernaut.
Nice. So I don't need to spend any power here, as I already get 4 defense.
That's a little bit spicier, but it's still only 4.
Just the one. I do have cover. You can't re-roll. You've got 5, Rich, not 4.
I've got 5, yes,
Yeah.
I can't count.
So you have got 5, not 4, but you can't re-roll because all you've got is skulls other than that. So I get cover,
Yep,
which would mean I'm taking 3 damage, but I'm going to spend a power to only take 2.
perfect. And you're already bleeding,
Yep.
so no bleed there. What Murdoch is then going to do is follow that up, and he is going to do a psionic blast
Yep.
into... Let's go into Magneto.
Okay. So I get 6 dice Mystic here.
Oh, 5 with
Nice.
3 saps.
I've got 3 already, so I've got a crit to add in. So I'm up to 4.
4.
Get cover. So 5.
Craziness. But I am sapping 3 power from you,
So I end up with no power left on Magneto.
which is quite nice,
Yep.
to say the least. Unfortunately, you have decided that you're going to take all of the terrain.
Yeah,
off the board.
I've been a little bit greedy.
And I don't think I have anything left now.
You could get this one. Size 2 is what we should have said at the start, but we were playing another size 2.
Yeah, no, we gathered that. So let's do it. We've got a little bit of power to spend there, or we're happier to spend. So we will throw that into Magneto.
So I believe I only get my 3 physical now.
Yes, you can spend it,
But no,
but you've got no power left.
So I'm actually hoping to take 2 damage here, so that I've got enough to brace against the next attack. I take 1 damage, as I've blocked 2, which isn't really what I wanted. I wanted to be able to brace against the next attack, but we'll have to make do.
So, leaves Murdoch with 3 power. He's on 1 damage. I think we're probably okay with that. We're going to leave Murdoch where he is for the moment.
So I'm going to activate Juggernaut, I think, and I'm going to try and hunt down Lockjaw. So I'm going to make a small move this way.
I'll just...
A small move just here.
Yep.
So I gain 2 power. So. And then it's what I want to do in my next sort of movement. Sorry, I just want to go a little bit more that way, like that. Just so I'm not actually in base contact.
No, that's fine.
So Juggernaut will then spend 3 of his power to push. Just a little tricky to see where I can go here. So I could go that way. Or I could also go this way. Just having a quick think, Rich, as I don't have a lot of power left after this, so I'd only be doing a strike into the dog. I am going to risk it for a biscuit, so I'm going to push this way.
A doggy biscuit. So
Indeed.
you're going to destroy that.
So I get to dish out some power.
Yep.
So I'll get to give 2 power out and give 1 to Juggernaut because my hope is to get enough to push after this. And I'm going to give 1 to Magneto just so that he can brace if there's any attacks.
Nice.
So I'm going to punch the dog in the face.
Rude.
So 8 dice physical and we'll see how it goes.
Dog's blocking nothing so far.
So I've got 4 with 2 crits. And how much health does the dog have?
He has 6.
So I need 1 more for my plan to work.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a success, but that is, so 5 in total.
5. I do have a reroll.
Yep.
So I'm going to use that reroll. There's no reason not to. It's still a blank. So I take 5 damage.
Which is perfect for me. I get 5 power on the Juggernaut. So puts me up to 7. I'm going to spend 3 of it to push again. And what I want to do here is push into the dog and end within 1 of the point locks on.
So he takes that extra point of damage,
Which days it.
which will daze him.
So that costs me 3 power. And then I'm just going to spend 1 power at the end of his activation to make sure I don't take any damage from bleed.
Yep.
And then I believe, Rich, that leaves you with
I'm
one to activate.
all out of activations, yes.
So all I'm going to do is basically try and double down on some points. How did Toad get so much power? It's all the
He kept getting he's been pushed by this, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's bonkers, isn't it? So I could try and go for a full house and Days Modoc here, but it would be asking quite a lot from the 2 characters I've got left. Nevertheless, we're going to see what happens. Vision's going to go.
Yep.
He's going to move his medium move to end within 1 of this point, hopefully within 2 of Modoc. Like so. I've just knocked it ever so slightly there. So he was within 1. I'll just measure it again to make sure I haven't knocked it too far up.
No, that looks right.
There we go, so it should be like that. So, ending within 1. Does it put me into my dock? It definitely does.
Definitely does, yeah.
So I'm going to spend 4 power for a Synthozoid Avenger.
Spicy.
So it's 7 dice physical.
And I get no crits.
You get no crits at all. And you don't get to add in extra dice to the model. So that's how it goes. Just 1. And it doesn't
Which
even
is a
count.
wild. And a block.
Right, never mind. Vision, you're not doing all the things I dreamt of.
Is he going on the banned list?
He's not doing very well, is he? So that's Vision done.
Yeah, and then just over to you.
Just the frog. So what I want to know is, can I get over to that portal over there? I don't think I can. So I'm going to plate siphon dog for this one.
Makes sense.
So I'm just going to move medium to here. And then I might as well move medium again, just to end right within one of it. And what I'm actually hoping for here is to be pushed again, because it'll push me even further away from you after scoring the
Can't actually attack you then, can I?
So at the end of that round, Rich,
What's going on?
quite a bonkers round from the Brotherhood. So
Yeah.
you're not scoring any. I've managed to get hold of all 3 books
6.
and all 3 of the 4 portals. So it's 6 VPs. So
Yeah.
jump up to 13
Which, it's not looking good now for
the Malekith Cabal.
the Malekith Cabal, I've got to admit.
So we'll see what happens as we go into round 4. So guys, going into round 4 of the Brotherhood versus Cabal. So as always with this game, there's quite a few things to do in the power phase. So firstly, Rich, because you have priority, you need to roll for your cosmic portal.
Yeah, so it's just going to be the dog. Who does get it? Okay.
So, quite sadly, there's no way I can do it that he doesn't just go forward. I'd maybe be able to bump him so that he just hit Juggernaut, actually. So if I did it like that, I think he'd just clear him, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's...
So I'm actually going to push him over here.
Okay.
Then we need to roll for my character. So first of all, we've got Vision. He gets moved.
Okay. We're just literally going to bring you into the fray there.
Then the Frog doesn't get moved.
Oh, that's a good result for me.
And Juggernaut does get moved.
Oh, that's also quite a good result.
So Juggernaut gets 2 more power.
Yeah, it's just going to get pushed in. Oh, Jesus. That's not going to work, is it? There we go. He's touching...
No, I don't know what he's doing to the...
He's touching Malekith's base.
So if we put him like that...
There we go, right.
So they follow him along. The only other things to happen are I need to place constructs within 3 of Magneto.
Yep.
So we're going to put it... We're going to put it behind Magneto. Like that. That lead is on Mag's Blue.
Yep.
So we put that there, and then in terms of power, Magneto would get the extra 1 because he's got 1 construct. Juggernaut would lose 1 because of poison. So I believe that's everything. We're up to date, Rich, and it's over to you to start the round.
Yes, so what's going to happen is Bullseye's going to start by spending 3 power, and he's going to play Dark Wave.
Nice.
This means that whoever I choose, every allied Cabal character, so
Yep.
not including Lockjaw, is going to get full rerolls,
Yes.
and that's going to go onto Magneto.
Nice.
So I'll just pop that
Yep.
on there just so we know. Magneto Refraction's not up at the moment, which is very, very nice indeed. Now I just have some decisions to make in terms of what we do. Did you not lose a power for the poison, by
I
the
just
way?
took it off because he would have been on 6 for his stand for.
So,
he gained 2 for being pushed.
he did. Yeah, he really did. So let's have a little think then, because who can do the most is the question. Who can do the most? Because we need to clear off some of these characters this turn and have a big swing. Follow me about right now would be pretty good. But we don't have it, alas. Let's just do a quick measuring. So, yeah, they're within 2. They're definitely within 2. What's he going to go in?
What mode? Sorry, he's just staying in energy, which
In the
has
end,
been all done.
yeah, but he's got enough power to switch
Yeah.
anyway, hasn't he? So
To do the old switcheroos if needs be.
yeah, so I think we are going to we're going to start with Malekith.
Yep.
Malekith's going to start by spending 2 power.
Yep.
And he is going to do his little ferocity charge thing, and he's just going to move to here like
Nice.
so. And he's going to do his attack into Juggernaut. So
Nice.
7 dice physical with a pierce on a
7 dice energy.
energy, sorry, yeah.
So I get 3 defense dice.
That's going to be 4 at the moment.
3 straight off the bat for the Juggernaut.
I have to spend the power for the extra crit.
Yep. You now have 2 crits to add in.
So 2 crits to add in. Okay, so that's going to be 6 in total.
Nice. So I've blocked 3. I could spend 1 to reduce it, which is not going to save me, so Juggernaut is dazed. And he drops his book.
He does.
There you go.
Cool. So that was 3 damage, wasn't
Yes.
it? That went through there. So that will go on to Malekith. Malekith's going to spend a power of that
To pick up the book.
and pick up the book. Triggers our leadership ability. So we are going to move the big-headed freak. Basically going to do a short move.
Quindoc.
Just so he ends up in range 1 of that. I love Quindoc. He gets to remove a damage and he gets to give himself a power, and we'll use that just to signify that he has got that there.
Nice.
Now we have a decision to make. And I think what we're going to have to do here is we are going to use 3 power for a Butcher of Thors. It's his big spender.
Is it 4 power?
It is 4 power, yes.
Nice.
You are absolutely right, sir. So 4 power for his big spender. Basically, 10 dice, physical. I get to place myself within 1 after it, but I'm hoping there isn't a Magneto left at the end.
So I'm
to
going
place
to
myself
spend
in.
2 power to get some extra defense dice.
Makes perfect sense.
And I guess we'll see what happens.
I do get full rerolls with this as well, but
10
even though
dice.
he can convert them, he can't reroll those failures. That is shocking so far. So it's just 3.
So just because of how many dice you've got, Rich, we're going to move them out here.
Yeah, what I'm going to do is I am going to spend that 1 power that I've got left, because I do have a crit to put in, and I do have all those rerolls as
So
well.
I've got 6 dice. So I'm locking 2. I've got a crit. Do you want to add your crit first, Rich?
Yep, I'll put mine in there. So just the 1 crit. Okay, so that's another success. So I'll just put it on there.
It's not another success. So I've got 2.
So right now I've got 4, so we've got, because magnetic refraction isn't up.
So you're doing 2 damage at the minute.
So 2 damage.
Full
He has
3 rolls.
8 on this side as well, which is, yeah, I have got 1 condition that I'm going to be putting onto him as well, which is quite nice. That's
Exactly what you needed.
the 1 that I needed, and then 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9.
So even though I've blocked 2, you do 7, which is enough to KO.
KO him.
So he's gone.
And he drops a book.
He does. Sorry, we should have done that first. There you go.
Cool. He was in the middle there.
Yeah.
We are going to put that just behind.
Nice.
Actually, no, we're not. We're going to put it over here.
Yeah, well.
And then we're going to trigger that leadership ability. And it's going to be Lockjaw that uses it this time. And Lockjaw is going to... He can't gain any power, but he is going to move himself just so that he's within range 1 of this.
Nice.
Not quite within range 1 of that back point, but still within range 1 of that.
So move all of Mal's dice.
Yes!
There you go.
That is what Malekith can do, people, as well. That's pretty brutal. So, yeah, that is going to be it for Malekith. He's got no power left. Dark Rain is now done because Magneto's been taken off the board, but I think you'll agree, Aaron, for 3 power, that was
definitely
well worth doing it onto Magneto.
The question is, what do Vision and Toad do? And I think I've got a plan here for what I can do. So I just need to check some things with you, Rich. Lockjaw moves short.
He does move short, yes.
So does MODOK.
MODOK is also a short mover, yes.
But you've got enough power, if needs be, to teleport people with Lockjaw.
Yeah, Lockjaw's got 10 power at the moment.
Lockjaw can't throw characters, can it?
No, just terrain up to size 3.
So I'm essentially safe to move on to a point with Vision near Lockjaw and not get moved off. However, MODOK can move me, can't he?
He can move you, yes, yeah.
And I can't stop that even with enhanced density.
Nope.
So the question is, who do I go with? Vision is going to
You
go.
can pass.
Right or not? So Vision is going to go. He's going to move once to pick this book up.
Yep.
Sorry, Rich. Have you got magnets on your base?
I do have magnets
That's
on my
why
base,
it's,
yes.
So medium, where does medium get there? So I'm going to go medium that way. like so. Get the book.
You had to do a double check then that you didn't have a book on him, didn't you?
Yeah. So I've got the book on Vision. Because we all know Vision is a man who spends time in the library and likes reading.
It's
so,
true.
Once there, and then I'm very bravely, Rich, going to go on another little journey. As Lockjaw's attacks are range 2, aren't they?
They are range 2, yes.
So he can teleport himself over and get an attack, but I'm sort of okay with that. So it's just where does Vision go? So I am going to make it so if Lockjaw wants to double tap him, you're going to have to teleport. Sorry, you're not going to be able to double tap him.
Not going to be able to double tap him.
So Vision will move to there. Just like that. Oh, sorry, Juggernaut. And he's just going to end his turn there holding the book.
Okay, so right now you've got 2 books, and that's the only point you're scoring. Plus that one actually as well. Does Toad? Yeah, Toad has one, doesn't it?
Yes.
So let's have a little think about this.
So guys, what we're doing at the minute is we're just looking at all the different options. Rich has, as he does have 3 characters, just my one, which is Toad.
I really need to get MODOK in the mix here. So what we're going to do, we are going to activate Lockjaw.
Yep.
Lockjaw is going to start by spending 6 power in total. And what he's going to do is, I'll use these little stun tokens here. He's going to put interdimensional Bloodhound on both of your remaining characters. So that means everybody gets to roll 1 extra die when they are attacking them.
And this will leave you with 4 power?
Yep, leaving with 4.
Oh, did you have 10?
He did have 10, yeah, he's got 1 extra there. What he is then going to do is he is going to move himself up. I just need to make sure I don't block myself off. He's going to move himself up to within range 3 of MODOK.
Yep.
And he's then going to spend 2 power for teleport. And he's going to teleport
Bullseye.
MODOK.
Nice.
And he's going to put him just in this gap here.
Nice.
So just to there, like so. And that'll be the 2 actions, because again his teleport is an action, so that'll be it for
So Rich,
him.
I'm going to pass.
Unsurprisingly, yes. So Bullseye's going to go.
Yep.
Or is he going to go? So what we're going to do is MODOK is going to make a short move.
Yep.
Just to the other side.
Hello, P. Brian.
Of Juggernaut there.
So I think I know what's happening. It's going to come down to dust Toad. So
He's going to spend 2 power for a bow to the will of MODOK.
Yep.
Which means I get to make a short advance on one of your characters.
Yes. Oh, sorry, for those watching, the slows are to represent interdimensional Bloodhound, aren't they? The stuns.
The stuns are, yes.
What I have are Craven's tokens.
Oh, there we go, look.
Which mean the same thing, so they mean 1 extra attack.
There we go, that makes sense, doesn't it? And then, what we are going to do is whether we spend it that way. So we're not gonna spend any power, we're going to go with his 6 dice builder, which will get increased to 7 dice.
Nice.
And the reason I'm doing that is I want to save that power just for those rerolls. Just in case. So 7 dice into Toad.
So you've got 4 at the minute?
4 at the minute
skulls.
with 2 skulls.
So I get 3 dollars for each?
Not good.
Nothing.
Oh! So, I'm going to spend 1 power. And if this is...
I saw it happening, I saw that I wouldn't get any successes.
If this is a success, he goes down.
Yep.
If not, you have enough to slippery away.
Oh! So
4 damage.
Yep.
Plus I sap a power from you.
So I'm going to go... What happens first? The sap or the damage, sorry?
The sap happens first. So before
so
damage is dealt.
Yeah. Then I take 4 damage and go back up to 10.
Yes.
So... Right then. So I'm going to Slippery, and MODOK can only throw terrain?
You can only throw terrain, yes.
So I'm going to use my Slippery to stand behind Vision, because Vision can't take any damage from collisions this turn.
That is true.
And you won't be able to hit Toad. So just like that, so there's no way you can throw anything at the front.
Okay. Unfortunately, all he can do.
Nice.
So that will be it for Modoc.
Over to me, Rich.
Yes.
So we've got everyone's favourite frog. Sadly, I'm not able to get onto any point and score it because if I do, Bullseye will hunt me down and do 1 damage regardless. So I'm going to do the honourable thing to do and run away into the corner. So Frog is going to go. He's going to move. So if we just grab the dice tray a sec.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's literally Rich, making for the hills, as that's what Frog is made to do. So he's going to move once there.
Yep.
Once to there, and then just for that last bit, he's going to hop as well. He's literally in the corner.
He is as far away as he can possibly be.
And it might not be the bravest thing to do, but I'm playing against Malekith Cabal. You've still got a healthy Modoc and Malekith. I've got 3 characters, Rich. The only option I've got now is to win on points and try and avoid you.
Absolutely, yeah. So Bullseye's going to spend 2 power.
Yes.
He is going to do a hit and run.
Nice.
Into
Vision.
So it's just going to be 4 dice.
Yep.
I'll just pop that back there so everyone can see. But it actually go up to 5 dice because of the doggos.
I'm gonna make myself physical defence.
Okay.
That's what it's got. Let's just have a look at how much it costs. So 5 defence points. I'll block 1. So I'm taking 1.
Taking 1, yeah.
Nice.
So I do gain a power, and I do get to make that medium move.
As always, it wouldn't be a Web Warrior video without sirens in the background at some point, as we are right next to a main road.
Yeah, he's just going to move just so he's within 1 of that.
Yep.
And then you're down to how much damage has he got? He's got 3 health left, yeah?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, it's just going to be a 5 dice attack into
Vision again.
Vision again.
Lots. I've got 4 with a crit.
Oh, 3. So no damage.
No.
But because
It's bullseye. And
I am a bullseye.
He never misses.
it's 1 damage.
Yep, so you're going to pay 1 power for
So
I never
I'll
miss.
gain a power and then I'll spend that power straight
So,
away to do that.
No damage on vision. So, Rich, at the end of that round, things are awfully tense. I've got 2 books, which means I score 2 points and go to 15.
Yep.
You've got a book and 1 portal, so you go to 6.
Yeah.
So the only thing left to say is, let's see what happens in round 5.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, Rich, we are going into round 5.
Round 5, yeah.
And there's lots of interesting things happening here, isn't there? So we need to sort of see what happens and how it goes.
So you've got 1 roll for the Cosmic Portal,
Yep.
which is going to be
Bullseye?
Bullseye there, and he doesn't get it.
No.
You're going to lose that poison
Yep,
and
so,
that bleed.
sorry, Juggernaught isn't bleeding or poisoned.
Yeah.
These have all come off. And Vision is in physical form. So we'll use an evil goblin.
An evil goblin
So you
to
can-
represent physical. Okay. So you have priority, so I
I
assume
do.
you're going to pass.
No, definitely not. So there are a few things to do here. For those watching, Vision's got 2 health left, so it's got 1 health left. I can't really afford for either of them. Well, I can afford for one of them to go down rather. What that means is I need to protect one, and the logical answer in this situation is to protect Toad. So, I've got some shenanigans here that I'm going to do with Juggernaut. So I'm just going to have a quick read of his card, and then we'll get back into it.
Perfect.
Right then, Rich. So I've had a quick read of his card, and I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to activate Juggernaut.
Okay.
And
Seems like the sensible choice.
I think he's the man that can do what I need him to do here. So the first thing I'm going to do is say, Rich, do you know who I am?
You're the Juggernaut.
I am. So I'm going to spend 3 power, Rich, to throw Malekith long. And this is the first time I've used a long range in this game, which is really weird.
You don't use it many times.
I'm used to having it all
with
the
the
time.
Brotherhood.
So I'm going to throw you long, like so, this way. And just say, basically, go away.
You ain't doing anything this turn.
No.
Absolutely.
And then, now that Malekith's over there, I don't have to worry about him getting Toad. He physically cannot reach Toad.
Yeah.
So I've got to still weigh up all the other characters. Modoc can't get to Toad, effectively, and do anything, because he's got 2 short moves which won't put him moving range to attack. So I'm okay about that. He could potentially move, throw, but I don't think he'll have the range to do that. Not too sure. So what that leaves me with is some other things to do. So I'm going to spend 3 power for the avatar of Sidetrack, I believe it's called.
Sitarak.
Sidetrack.
That's the ruby that gives him the power.
The powers
Because
that he has.
contrary to popular belief,
Juggernaut
Juggernaut is
isn't a mutant.
not a mutant.
No, he's
No.
actually Charles's
He's Charles' brother,
yeah.
but he's a normal man
Yeah.
that gets the power of Sitrak being a god,
Yeah.
and it's an amulet. And he does lose it in one of the in the comics and in the cartoons and things. But
So I'm going to throw Lockjaw, and I'm just going to try and cause a bit of a menace for positioning on your team. I'll throw you here, you could potentially move and teleport. Malekith still doesn't get Malekith close enough to be doing anything. Because he'll end here, he'll charge, we can only do his range 2 attack off the charge.
yep, only do his range 2 off the charge, yeah.
So we're going to throw you... No, we'll just throw you that way actually. I'm not that scared of the dog being over there. So we're going to throw the dog
Yep.
all the way over there.
Okay.
So now I still have 2 actions, and with my first action, I'm going to move short to here, like so.
Again, use some juicy power.
Yeah. So I'm going 2 power. But the most important thing for me here, you just need to make sure I'm exactly where I need to be. You get 3 extra attack dice on my next attack roll. So now I'm going to do a 8 dice strike. I should mess this one up as well because I don't get the wild. Do an 8 dice strike into Modok.
Okay.
Two, one of them the wild, so I don't get it. So 3, but 2 of them are wild, so I don't get them.
Yeah, I'll just take the 1 damage.
Yes. I get 1 power, which puts me on 3 in total, sorry, because I did,
You did the move.
yes. Then what I'm going to do is spend 3 for his Juggernaut's push.
Yep.
Push myself to there and give you something else to deal with.
Yeah.
And that's the end of the Juggernaut's turn.
We are going to do a 4 dice.
Nice. Go Vision. That's an amazing attack roll.
Nothing.
2. So guessing you're going to make
Gain a power, spend a power, do a damage. And we are going to do the exact same thing again.
Nice.
Yep. Oh wow! Now you roll. Now you roll
yeah,
well.
You kill Vision. I got 2.
Yes, there we go.
I think I know what you're going to do already. I think I might have messed up slightly.
So
So we're
again,
going to wait.
1 power on bullseye.
Vision is dazed.
Vision is dazed. That now triggers my leadership
Yep.
ability.
Made a big mistake there going for Moldok. I think I should have definitely gone for Bullseye.
Yeah. So Malekith is going to turn his fat ass around. You just let me know when that's just hit the.
Yep, it's just in now.
Yep, perfect. So Malekith will gain a power for that as well. And we'll use the little symbol there. And that will be it for Bullseye.
So Rich, I'm going to pass.
Okay. Malekith will go. He's going to spend 2 power. And he's going to charge.
Right, Rich, so you're going with Malekith?
Yep, Malekith's going. He's spent the 2 power. He's going to do a ferocity, which will put him over to here.
Hello.
And he's going to do his 7 dice
Energy?
energy into the Juggernaut.
So I get 3 energy for them, so let's see how it goes.
And that is a roll and a half.
I've got nothing.
So we're, how much damage, how much health does he have this side? Because he's got 6.
He's got 8 on this side.
8, okay.
So you need
So I'm
2
gonna-
more to kill him.
I'm going to spend the power. And I get to add in,
1 skull as a crit.
oh, yep, throw 3 crits in total.
Yeah. You kill the Juggernaut, I believe. 4, 8, 9. Yep, the Juggernaut is dead.
Yeah. So that was 8 power.
Yep.
Okay. We get to trigger our leadership ability again.
Yes.
Juggernaut didn't have a thing, did it?
No.
Oh, Vision should have dropped
Oh yes, sorry.
His
Vision should have dropped a book
thing.
within 2.
I don't think.
No, he won't.
Yeah, he wouldn't have been within range there. So we're just going to.
Pretty ready for Modok?
No.
Get ready for the dog. Or just leave it there.
I'm just going to leave it there
No
like
worries.
so. So I've still got my leadership ability to trigger.
Hello.
So the dogger is going to move just up to there like so. He'll get a power,
Yep.
which is quite important, and we know that he's got that
Yeah.
there, so we won't forget that. Now Malekith still has a second action, so what he is going to do is just move himself
Hello.
just within one
Nice.
of that there, and that will be the end of his turn.
I'm going to pass again, Rich.
Okay. I'm just going to move this tray just to do some shenanigans. Yeah, so Lockjaw is going to activate.
Yep.
He is going to move himself just to here like so for his...
Oh, okay.
The dog died! No!
Guess he's out the game, Rich. That's it. Them's the rules.
Oh no, the dog died!
He's just having a belly rub.
He's having a breather. He's going to spend 2 power.
Yep.
And he's going to teleport Murdoch just over to here like so. And then he's going to spend another power to pick up this.
Yep.
And he's then going to use his next...
I think that's him done. He moved and teleported.
Moving teleported, yes, you're absolutely right.
Sure.
So that is the doggo done, and he's got that there like so.
Nice. So, over to me.
Over to you.
Toad's not looking as happy about things anymore. So, Rich.
That leadership ability can really come into play with it, can't it?
Yes, definitely. Which way do I go? But don't believe I can escape the face. So the frog is going to go, Rich.
Yep.
And he's going to go once to here.
Makes sense.
Once again to here. And he's going to spend 2, however I can't take it off at the minute. Place it into
Yep, just to get as far away
from the face.
from Murdoch as possible.
And then it is over to you, Rich.
Excellent. Okay. Well, Murdoch's going to start. He is going to make a
I might have made a little mistake there again, but
short move
think of
to
it.
here.
You know,
Murdoch will spend...
that's Malekith.
That is Malekith. Murdoch still has power as well. Murdoch is going to spend 2 power.
Yep.
2 power? Yeah, 2 power. Pick up that size 3 and yeet it into Murdoch's face.
Into Toad's face.
Toad's face even, yes.
Right, are you
I
ready for
will
this?
get character names right.
Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
3 crits, right for that? No. So, he drops the book.
Yeah, which Murdoch will spend a power for.
Will it go within range?
Yeah, because he's within range
Oh.
2. Sorry, he's out of in range 3, so...
Yeah. But I don't think there's a rule of thumb if you're within range 3.
Do you know what? I actually can't get it, mate.
Oh, okay.
So I can't do it, but I do still have an action
Yep.
to take as well. So what I'm going to do is I am going to place it just here like so.
Nice.
Murdoch will use his last movement just to move up to here.
Nice.
And then he's already spent the power to then pick that up.
Right then. So at the end of that round, Rich, what a big swing. You get
What a big swing. Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4 points. Going to 10.
5 points.
5? Well, oh yeah,
3
you've got all
bucks
those.
and 2...
So it might be that the Cabal just managed to scrape it back here as we go into round.
It was Malekith's plan all along.
We're going to round 6. Right, guys, we are going into round 6. It's 15-11 to the Brotherhood. Well, what remains of the Brotherhood. Toad and Vision on their adventures, on their merry adventures. Right then, Rich, so I don't know if there's anything else I can do in this situation. So I'm going to do the one thing I think I can do, which is go with Vision.
Okay.
So I'm going to spend 4 power for a Synthozoid Avenger. And do I go into Malekith, the dog, or MODOK? I'm going to go into Malekith because it's all or nothing at this point.
Yep.
It's 7 dice, physical. You do get 4 defense dice, but you don't get to use crits in any way.
No crits whatsoever.
So it's almost a straight roll, which is quite rare for Malekith.
Yeah, it's very rare.
So let's see what happens then. 7 dice for me. And I think I'm just going to move that there just so we can definitely see it.
So we're expecting an Aaron special here.
No, 2.
2.
1.
Oh, 1, sorry, yes, because I don't count the thing.
Okay, so you take 1 damage. That's not what we were hoping for. We're then going to... We're just trying to stay alive at this point, Rich. We're going to do it again.
Okay, into Malekith, yeah?
He's got 7 left, though, hasn't he? Go into...
Yes, he does have 7.
You're going to do into the dog.
Into the doggo, okay.
Do you have 5 on this side?
He does have 5 on this side, but I do have a reroll.
So we'll see what we can do to the dog. Just 1.
Blocks 1.
I guess that's how it goes sometimes. So 14 dice, Vision gets 3 successes, but we'll see what happens. Over to you then, Rich.
I think the sensible thing to do here is to quite simply go with MODOK.
Yep.
MODOK is going to move to here.
Yep.
He's then going to spend 2 to throw this card, not card, into Toad.
What you haven't been aware of, Rich, is I am a ninja.
Okay.
I'll be okay here. Block 2.
Block 2.
So
Take 1.
So there's still hope for the frog.
I'm then going to do a 6 dice Psionic Blast.
Might not be any hope for the frog. 3.
Okay, so 3 at the moment.
So I need a big roll from the frog. 2, so you're not killing him.
2, okay.
That wasn't a success.
That wasn't a success, no. So, I need to explode. I've already done my crit.
Yep.
So I'm going to spend 4 power to re-roll all 4.
So the only chance is you get nothing. No, so you kill Toad. So things are looking very dark for the Brotherhood now. If you hadn't killed Toad there, I actually don't think you'd be able to catch him because of the slippery, moved. Hot.
Yeah, even with your slippery, I can pull you back.
True.
With his
would it
thing.
be interesting to see?
I do now have a free move.
Don't forget you've got 2 power from Saps.
I would have got 2 power from Saps as well, yes. So I get my free move from my leadership ability.
We're in round 6, aren't we?
Yeah. I mean, it really doesn't matter. I don't think we're going to move. We're going to move the doggo up just so he's within range there. Doggo gains a power.
I should have said, Rich, at the start of the round. Sorry, I just want vision in energy. I think.
Yeah.
Although, what's Malekith's big attack? Physical.
Physical.
I'll be in physical then.
Yep. No, that's fine, mate. We're going to go with the dog.
Yep.
The dog is going to spend 3 power
Yes.
for interdimensional bloodhound.
Yep.
So we'll put that extra little token on you there.
No.
So that'll give us then a 5 dice strike.
Yes.
2 at the moment.
5 dice as well.
And then
locking
reroll 3. So yeah, nothing goes through there. And then we'll just do it again.
Come
on. 3 at the moment, that's 4. And then with a reroll, 5.
So I'm taking 3.
You're immune to bleed, I believe, aren't you?
Oh, I definitely am.
Yeah. Malekith goes. He's going to spend 4 power.
Yep.
And he's going to do an 11 dice because of the extra bonus from the doggo.
I'll be okay. I told you.
Take them out there. I'm not going to spend 1, I'm just going to add my crit in. Yeah, so just 5.
Blocking 2, so I take 3, which is enough to kill him.
Take 3, yeah.
So I'll reach. So close, but yet so
So
far.
close. Really
Thank
good
you
game,
for a
buddy.
great game.
Really good game.
Yeah, we'll move into a quick outro where we'll talk through the game and what happened.
Yes. Yeah.
And so the final score is 15-11 to the Brotherhood, but you have won because you've killed everyone.
Because I've tabled everyone. Yeah. Good game, mate.
So, guys, what a mental game. 15 I had for so many turns, and I just couldn't get that last one. Rich, you made an amazing comeback, managed to clean sweep, took out all of the Brotherhood's characters. And I've got to say, I think it's the closest game we've had on the channel. Absolutely great game.
It's definitely the closest game I've had for a long time. And yeah, it was clutch at the end.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, it was good.
I think my issue was that I didn't KO anyone, so I was always up against your full roster.
Yeah.
And once I lost Magneto, that means I've got 11 threat against 17,
Yeah.
which can really hurt. And in the end, it was the downfall of the Brotherhood, unfortunately. Just want to say that, as I said, it was an amazing game, super close game. And quickly for MVPs, mine has got to be Juggernaut. Don't know what you think, Rich, but Vision didn't do an awful lot. Toad, he did his bits in terms of scoring, but nothing more than what you'd expect.
Yeah.
Magneto didn't do a lot because he was sort of neutralised by Malekith. Juggernaut, on the other hand, I think he helped control the game a lot. Do you know who I am right at the end came in really helpful. The only thing, the mistake I think I made was that when I went to do a big attack into Modok to try and push you back, should have just gone for bullseye and tried to KO him. That's what eventually KO'd, that's what Dave's Vision let you trigger your leadership was really big. So,
Yeah.
a lesson learnt there for me, but again, I've not played him before, so maybe next time I'll do a little bit better with how I use him, because he only really gets one attack a turn. It's so important to get the use out of it, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
For you, Rich?
For me, I mean, it'd be really easy to look at it and go Malekith, right? I think Malekith probably dares the most number of characters. I've got to give it to Lockjaw.
He was great.
And it's what I keep telling people. You know, Lockjaw, okay, he actually didn't affect Malekith at the end.
No.
Because Malekith got that leadership. But then when I was able to bring Lockjaw back in, being able to move, you know, without Lockjaw, Modok doesn't get to Toad.
It was very interesting for me actually, which I've got to admit. For a lot of the game, I didn't really acknowledge Lockjaw as a threat, and then I think in that last round when I threw him around was when I sort of realised I was like, the glue that is holding this together is Lockjaw. Lockjaw is what's giving you that reach. Ultimately, Lockjaw's what let you reach Toad.
Yep.
He enables an awful lot.
He does.
I hadn't really realised.
He really does.
And it wasn't until that turning point where I realised he was causing me such issues, and I think by then it was a little too late for me to try and deal with him. But yeah, definitely understand why you can give it to Lockjaw there. Malekith honestly wasn't as bad as I expected, really.
I tell you my thoughts on Malekith, and for me, yes, he's got the crit. You know, he's got the failure to crit dice modification, but he's a little bit like a Thanos. Sorry, he's a little bit like a Thor to me.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got very, very similar abilities where Thor gets, you know, his sort of pseudo charge where he gets to move and then make an attack at the end of it, and he's very much reliant on doing that damage.
He is
to be able to.
I think Malekith's a lot more forgiving.
He is a lot more forgiving.
His dice are higher.
He is a lot more forgiving.
But there were a couple of times where he didn't get really anything, and suddenly, when an action on a 7 threat character doesn't do anything. I mean, you saw with Magneto when Magneto bounced for 2 turns, it hugely impacted what I could do.
It's huge.
And I think the fact that there is that chance that he isn't able to do anything is massive. I think what really hurt, I didn't have any stagger, I didn't have access to any conditions. That would have been really helpful. Maybe Scarlet Witch could have been useful, but I think she'd have just gone down pretty quickly.
Stagger and slow really hurt Malekith, but again, Lockjaw is the counter to that, to both really. Yeah. Because even if he's got a stagger, you can just still move him up with Lockjaw, and then he's got enough to charge.
The reach that he has when you teleport and then charge, it's insane. So 100% to see why Lockjaw was the MVP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big shout out to Rich's channel. So met Rich quite a while ago, and Rich is some of the only content on YouTube I've really watched.
It's the nicest thing you've ever seen.
I know. Admittedly, I don't watch a huge amount of content, but I've started to a lot more as I've got into making it myself. So just wanted to say a big shout out to Rich. He's helped me get a lot of stuff set up. He's helped me sort of guided through what I need to do in the different software to use. It's been really great. And now he's even come on the channel and beat me, so there's not much more I can ask from him.
I'll never be on again. I want to know, so I'm never coming back.
And hopefully the next time we meet, I'll have Web Warriors and we'll see how that one goes, because I'm a bit more familiar with those.
I think Web Warriors may have something to say about the whole Malekith shenanigans.
They might, I think the Web Warriors definitely sat in my case over there going, let me have them. Venom wants a piece of that. Well, not a piece of Malekith.
Definitely doesn't want a piece of Malekith.
We can see, I'm sure, Rich, there'll be plenty of chance for you to come on again.
Yeah, and thank you for having me on. It's been really good. Even with the heat of the Midlands,
I am sweating ridiculously.
A cold drink is definitely in it. But no, really good game. Thank you for having me on. And just want to say, you're doing such a good job with these, Aaron, to say that it's the first time you've ever done any of these videos. Guys, the setup he's got here is really, really nice. The table's really, really good. And I think you're doing an absolutely fantastic job.
Really
so well done to you as well, mate.
So, we're going to head off to boarding Brum
yeah,
to make sure everything's set up for tomorrow. And then we're going to find something cold to drink.
Absolutely.
Right, so thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.
And
bye
we'll be on again soon. So, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Feel free to leave any thoughts you have down in the comments below and let us know if we missed anything or made any mistakes when playing the game. I just want to give a big shout out to all of the supporters of Web Warrior Protocols that have made this all possible, and a big thank you to all of the channel's patrons. The support from Patreon goes towards buying new terrain and buying new models to be painted up to be used on the channel. If you'd like to support the channel through joining the Patreon, you can find a link to it down below in the description, as well as links to all of the channel's social media.